tonight, the brother of the island's latest road fatality on the Vadlil says as far as he is concerned, his brother should not have been at the wheel of the truck. One man is counting his blessings after narrowly escaping major disaster. And Prime Minister Alan Shasney digs in his heels on Riyadh and says St. Lucia is in no hurry to bail out the cash-strapped airline. The details of these stories and more are coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good evening. It is Thursday, the 25th of April, 2019. Welcome to the Hot 7 Nightly News. We're on Flow, channel 117, also simulcast on Kiss FM Radio, on our website, www.caribbeanhottv.com, and of course on our free Caribbean Hot FM mobile app. I'm lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. 68-year-old Paul Ximena is dead following an accident on the Badlil. The brother of the island's latest road fatality is still trying to make sense of the tragedy that claimed his brother's life. In an interview with Hot 7 News, he indicated his belief that his brother should not have been at the wheel of the truck. Solange Alfred begins our reporting.
Confirmed dead is 68-year-old Paul Ximena of Castries. On April 24, 2019, emergency personnel from the Dennery Fire Station responded to the call of an accident around 5 p.m. along the Badili Road near Tomazo. Eyewitness reports indicated that the driver lost control of the truck he was driving, which resulted in the vehicle plummeting down a precipice. Alan Ximena is the brother of the deceased. He described his brother as an easygoing character. However, he is of the opinion that within his brother's line of work, truck driving should not have been the placement for him.
He was an alright guy, in terms of doing bad things, but just that he kind of dropped out somewhere in life, but he was trying to pick himself back up. Because at that age, he was not supposed to be driving truck for anybody. But things happen in life, and then he was working for Renault for maybe a year and a half, 2 years, and then whatever, situations happen.
Meanwhile, police released an official statement on the fatal accident and expressed disdain about the behavior of social media-crazed citizens who create issues on the scene of such accidents.
Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of Paul Ximena as a result of a vehicular accident which occurred on Wednesday, April 24, 2019, about 4:30 p.m. at Badalil near Tamazo in Dennery. The 68-year-old, originally of Ravin Poisson, residing at Montfortune Castries, was the sole occupant of the motor truck registration number TJ4549, which apparently veered off the road and went over a precipice. Paul Ximena was conveyed to the Dennery Hospital, and later pronounced dead by a medical practitioner. A post-mortem examination is scheduled for Monday, April 29, 2019. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force wishes to make an appeal to persons who get on scenes of these types of incidents to exercise caution with taking photographs of these incidents. It is of great concern, health, safety issues which can arise with persons who unnecessarily venture close to these types of scenes, crime scenes. You're causing a disintegration of evidence. The scene needs to be preserved, as well as consideration for the families of victims of such incidents.
Alan Ximena says his brother left behind a girlfriend and children, most of whom are already adults, with one child still attending school. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
Counting his blessings following the Wednesday 24th April accident which involved the derailment of a truck off the Badlil Road is shed owner Victor Rosemond. He recounted to Hot 7 News how he narrowly escaped being pummeled by the truck.
Shed owner Victor Rosemond tells a tale of being at the right place at the right time as he relayed the events that transpired on Wednesday 24th April involving the total destruction of his shed caused by a fatal accident. Rosemond says only minutes before the incident he was stationed at his shed conducting business.
Mais après-midi, je suis dans le shed là. So, moi, je suis là, je suis petit peu dans mon montagne. Bon, là, je suis là, je descends, je fais mes shed, je parti descendre, je so, même pas de mon parti descendre, là, je vais plus bas là, bon, l'autre là, beaucoup de moi bâcher dans ton shed. So, je vais bon, moi, vieux des autres, moi, je pas en bas. Moi, dis, enlever mon déchet avec moi. So, là, moi, je vais essayer à crowd up avec mon, et moi, just vois, je dis, you know code yo mene bugla ate ala ko bono yo bugla mais depuis la moi yo mene bugla tout ça a croisé ko bono moi di bugla hama ko bono so moi bugla hama ko bono yo di tout moun just kata sort au lion là ko bono boy yo ba ko bono moi di ga mo vinn garder property moi garder property moi ba mo gitan de chez moi tu pas même les moi toi là ko bono parce que moi ça moi ko bono moi just tire comme ko bono moi aller l'autre side chimé.
Roseman, who is still coming to terms with the occurrence, looked on the remnants of what remained of his shed. He notes the importance of his timing to remove himself from the area and says, if not, he would have been crushed by the truck.
Timothée est en déchet là, moi-même j'ai surprise de là où hot travail regarder pour driver mais hot pas travail rien substance chez la dernière monde. Vous comprenez? Moun pas travail juste substance chez la dernière monde. Vous comprenez? Parce que ou même j'ai surprise là regarder ou comprenez? Ou en fond. Mon juste ça dans là, juste ça dans là descendre chimé juste descendre là descendre chimé.
The shed owner, who has been working in the area for a number of years, says he recently changed his selling location from near the shed to lower down the same area to facilitate more traffic to his business. He has started off clearing debris and hopes to get the shed operational as soon as possible. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Sola Alfred.
Meanwhile, a truck driver on the condition of anonymity spoke to Hot 7 News. Placing himself in this situation, he says that with accidents of this nature, top priority for a driver would have to be to perform a safe crash.
First thing I would look for in my safety, a proper place to wreck the truck. That maybe I would be safe myself. Maybe if I would take a little blow, but I would try and drain the truck. But maybe some people panic when things like that happen, others don't. But the majority would panic, and then don't know what to do. But you must always expect the unexpected when you're driving a vehicle, So from the moment the unexpected comes, you deal with it immediately. But because in a time like that, you don't have time to waste. You don't have time to waste. You have to think fast. And if you panic, you cannot think.
Now on Thursday the 25th, our cameras recorded the truck which remains wrecked down the precipice along the Bartleville Road. At about 7 a.m. this morning, a female correctional officer was shot in Vieux Fort. The incident occurred near the Vieux Fort Square. The female correctional officer was walking towards a pickup point when a lone gunman alighted from a vehicle that was following her and opened fire. The woman, described as a young officer, is said to have been hit in the leg. She was conveyed to hospital via ambulance. Prime Minister Alan Shastney is sending a strong message to cash-strapped Caribbean Airlines Liat. He says his administration will not help Liat if it does not make some much-needed changes. Prime Minister Shastney says perhaps a fresh start is needed altogether. Rochelle Gonzalez reports.
With ongoing speculation over the future of financially ailing Liat, the island's Prime Minister has dug his heels in to reiterate his stance on not helping them out financially unless major changes are made. Reportedly, shareholder governments are holding emergency talks as they may be forced to close down the regional airline. When asked for his thoughts on the latest developments, Prime Minister Alan Shastney said although this is concerning, it is not the end.
I think that there are other airlines that can easily fill that gap, that void. So there are other airlines that, if in fact Liat were to shut its doors, that they would be willing to step in and to be able to make up the difference. And maybe that's what we need. We need a fresh start. I mean, I think that, the shareholders were given three options. One option was to privatize. One option was to close down Liat. Another one was to restructure. Well, they've tried the restructuring now several times, and the restructuring hasn't worked. Liat was given a complete new lease on life a couple of years ago. Their debt was forgiven. Their new planes were brought in. It was completely recapitalized, and here we are back in the same position. So Liat had also complained over the years that it was competition. Well, Liat's not had any competition for the last 7 or 8 years. So the fact is, it comes back to the structure of Liat, in my humble opinion, is what the problem is.
Chasney said he hopes that a resolution can be reached as soon as possible.
Unfortunately, that has not been the case for many years. And I think that Liat really now is confronted that it must change. And even how it's governed must change. I think that there's absolute need and there is the ability of having a successful airline in this region. But it must be able to intertwine business practices as well as its responsibility to provide air services to the country. So I know it's a difficult time, and I'm only hoping that they could make it through.
Hopes aside, Chasney went on to reaffirm his stance that St. Lucia will not budge unless he sees some much-needed changes taking effect.
St. Lucia's position is very, very clear, is that if in fact that there are fundamental changes to Liat in terms of how it's governed, and certainly what its plans are and how its plans are going to be implemented, we would be willing to support a new engaged Liat. If in fact it's going to be business as usual, we would not be in the position to support Liat.
Meanwhile, Caribbean governments have been trying to secure financial assistance from the European Investment Bank, EIB, in a bid to save the airline. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
Thank you, Rochelle. You're watching the Hot 790 News. When we come back, the island's Prime Minister says some tough decisions will have to be made where the future of St. Lucia's GDP is concerned. Despite warnings put out by the Department of Fisheries regarding a closed season on lobsters and sea turtles, the department says violations persist and meet the 8 contestants vying for St. Lucia's National Carnival Queen title. That and more when we come back.